Hello everyone, this is Wolfie Star again with another reaction video. How long has it been since I reacted to a moment with Dr. Wolf? It's been a long time since I actually watched one of those. So, which one are we going to watch this time? I already have watched the one with Fluttershy and the one with Applejack. What's going to be the next one? As far as I can tell, it's going to be Pinkie Pie this time. Also, sorry for a lot of the going down because it's been a long day. I have just eaten, came from my work, and I'm a little bit tired, but I'm getting there to stay awake. Someday. No caffeine. No caffeine. Zero sugar. So, are you ready, folks, to watch it? Also, I'm gonna tell you one thing, but that is going to be for another video because I rather wanna actually get everything set up before I actually announce a certain very special video. But first, let's do these reaction videos. Alright? So, I'm gonna open this up. Let's watch Pinkie Pie's therapy visit. A moment, Dr. Wolf. Let's go. Again, every single time. Every single time I forget to put my box on. Yeah, when I actually connect my laptop with a big screen, there's going to be any sound. So I have to use one of my most favorite boxes and, well, bring them on every time. What are you going to do, Simba? Alright, let's do it. Featuring Pinkie Pie, voiced by Miss Bunny Swan. I think Josh Woodward. Piano, a party with Dr. Wolf.
Hi, Doctor!
Wow!
This is your Pinkie Jessica's party. I hope you like the show. I was just now passing by and then I thought I'd say hello. I hope you are enjoying your new life in Ponyville. I know you know how helping ponies is really such a thrill.
Pinkie, settle down. Settle down. Settle down.
Not smiling yet. I know. You need some tasty treats. This is my triple chocolate marzipan and caramel cupcake. It's my superest, duperest recipe yet. Oh, and I brought you a super early birthday present. Who doesn't love early presents? My friends have been telling me all about how you've been helping them in so many ways. And I know that they really want to show you how thankful they are, so I thought I could do my part by helping to brighten your day.
Pinkie!
Doctor? You don't look like you're having fun. Don't you like getting presents?
Well, Pinky, it isn't that I dislike your presents. I very much appreciate your enthusiasm in brightening up the lives of others. I've heard a great deal about your exploits from your friends. But for me, it can be rather difficult to handle so much celebrating without properly preparing myself first. I know that so much of your life revolves around the joy you spread with parties, but I hope that you can understand that the peace and quiet of my office is also enjoyable, at least for me.
You have fun by being quiet? Why wouldn't you want to be surrounded by friends and smiling faces and music with party games and treats? I mean, duh! That's what having a good time is all about!
It isn't that I don't enjoy those things, Pinky, like I said. It's just that, for me, such activities can be rather exhausting. Spending some quiet time in my office can help rejuvenate me.
Oh, I guess you're not the first pony, or wolf, to say that. Sometimes I forget that some ponies really like their quiet time, too.
Oh?
Actually, that's
kinda
gotten me into trouble a couple times. Sometimes I say things or do things that I think are helping to make a pony smile, but it turns out later they really weren't that nice after all, and I had no idea. Sometimes I'm afraid that ponies think I'm annoying.
Miss Buddy Swan.
Interesting. Is that something you'd want to talk about?
Ooh,
That's a pretty
are you gonna put me on the couch? Is it my turn to be on the couch? Oh, I'm so nervous! First it was Twilight, then Fluttershy, and then it was Applejack. Maybe later we can all throw one big therapy party! Oh, Pinky, you did it again, didn't you?
Oh, Pinky
Instead of making some ponies smile, you were just being annoying again.
Miss Pinky, you really shouldn't be quite so hard on yourself. I, too, have to realize that this is normal.
I love the confetti.
I should be making efforts to accommodate your needs as well. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind.
Nice.
Maybe I should try doing that more often. Oh, right. I guess I've been having trouble with other ponies' feelings ever since I was a filly. That was back when I learned how to make ponies smile with my parties and when I earned my cutie mark. Most of the time it works really, really well. But when it doesn't work, it really doesn't work, and it makes me feel like I'm bungling on my own special talent. I'm lucky to have so many good friends who are patient with me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I think I understand, but only after I've made the mistake.
I see. And what sort of mistakes have you made?
Well, Fluttershy might have already told you about this, but
I love the animation.
There's this one time not too long ago when she was trying to get over her stage fright and share her beautiful singing voice with the world. I guess I was being kind of hasty, though, because my first thought was to talk excitedly about all the stuff that I thought she'd be afraid of. And I was super proud that she was sharing her talent with so many ponies, even though I thought she'd be too shy.
Pinky.
But it turns out she was still afraid, and I was just making it worse by talking about it. It took Twilight and Rarity to help me realize that.
Call back with... What episodes? It's been so long since I actually watched one of those. Come on! What episode? Think. I got nothing. Guys, tell me in the comments below what episode this actually was with Fluttershy, and it was with the pony tones, I know, but what was the name of the episodes? Oh well, I'm just going for it.
I felt pretty lousy about it.
And you made efforts to keep that from happening again?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I thought I had learned my lesson, but soon after when my sister Maud visited Ponyville, I messed up again. You see, I was trying to show my friends how wonderful Maud is, and I thought it was going so well. But then my friends all told me about how they couldn't be friends with Maud, and it hurt. I just didn't get it. But I didn't even try to understand why they couldn't be friends with her. All I could think to do was to try and find some activity to make every pony happy at the same time, and that only made things so much worse. I just only ever want to make ponies happy, and I feel clueless when what I do just isn't right.
Oh my
God! It has so much to do with my special talent.
Oh my God!
It really hurts.
The eyes.
I can see that your heart is in the right place, but you seem to be having a hard time empathizing with others, especially when they don't find enjoyment in the same things you do.
Don't ever do this to me with those eyes. Because I cannot go against those puppy eyes. Literally.
It is admirable that spreading joy has become such a priority in your life, though I can see that you have a hard time dealing with situations that don't turn out exactly how you'd like them to.
Yeah, I wish I could help ponies no matter how they're feeling. Sometimes I've been able to lift them up even when they're sad, but other times it's just like I come off annoying or even mean. It would be nice to help ponies feel better about themselves the way you do, Doctor.
Me? I'm sure you're helping far more ponies with your special talents than I'm able to.
Well, maybe. But I'll bet you've never annoyed or hurt any pony like I have.
You might be surprised, but...
Oopsie. Sorry. Let me get that for you.
Oh, thank you, Pinky.
What the?
But getting back on track here, it's really not as bad as you might think. I too have had to struggle with how I interact with others, even coming off as insensitive or hurtful. Unintentional though it may have been, I still had to have others show me what I had been doing wrong. This sort of thing can really happen to the best of us.
Well, it's nice to know that I'm not alone in being clueless sometimes. Oh, sorry. I guess that wasn't a very nice thing to say.
That's quite all right, Pinky. To be honest, I too have had times where I wish I could be helping others in much the same way you do. And
nice animation.
Come to think of it, that may actually be the best solution here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, in my case, I actually learned a great deal more about empathy when I began listening to the problems of others. And in turn, when I began teaching about life in general. A pony tends to be far more willing to understand you when you show that same level of interest towards them first. I suppose it really comes down to stepping back and putting yourself in their place.
But that's the problem I keep running into. It's really hard for me to remember that when I get all excited and cheerful.
I know. You will have to work at building your self-awareness about this and learn to catch yourself. And it may very well be that you will have to deal with this sort of struggle for the rest of your days, much like I have. But while this may be something you will never fully master, I don't want you to lose sight of the good that you can do and have done with the strengths you do have. As much as you may envy others for their ability to empathize, especially when you make a mistake, don't allow that to cause you to doubt yourself and forget the ways in which you do excel in being supportive.
That is so deep. Well, thanks, Doctor. I'll think about what you said and work real hard at learning to help ponies no matter how they're feeling. Then I'll be even better at my special talent.
Glad to hear it, Miss Pie. I hope you can find a bit more balance in your life. And if you're ever feeling a bit overwhelmed, I'm often available for another chat.
Okie dokie lokie. I'll help lots of ponies before we chat again. And next time I come, I'll invite all my friends and I'll bring lots of cake and games and music and confetti and we'll have that big happy party! Just kidding, Doc. See you next time!
It's good to be helping. Even if she makes a few mistakes along the way, she really does have a wonderful gift for making others smile.
That way of the ending. I almost got the tears. Almost. But overall, the animation was perfect. That I cannot wait. What is going to be next in line? Because seriously, the animation was so good that I literally have no words. So let's get on to the next one. What was the next one actually? I'm gonna have quite a few to do. Lovely. We're having... Okay. Sorry folks, just have a little bit of an issue. Alright. The next one. Well, let's see what this one actually brings us. Crediets therapy visit. Oh dear. It's going to be the one with the clothes. It's going to be Crediets. Going to be here Crediets. I'm sorry folks. Still a little tired. Paris.
Come in.
Dr. Wolf, I presume?
Yes. Hello there.
So you're Ponyville's esteemed new psychologist. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you in person. I've heard a great deal about you from my social circle.
Likewise, Miss Rarity. I've been looking forward to your visit. But you certainly seem to have pulled out quite a few stops just for a chat.
Oh, you mean this old thing? A trifle.
Callback.
But naturally a lady should always try to make a good first impression.
I see.
Wow.
Well, why don't you...
Oh my! I should have come here much sooner.
Well, if you really felt the need to talk about something so distressing...
No. I mean the decor of this office. It simply won't do. I'm sorry to say, Doctor, but it is a jarring mess. Didn't you have a coherent color scheme in mind when you designed the space? Why, you could round out this room with a nice chestnut bergère chair and some burgundy chenille draperies. With a proper sense of style, your client's gaze could be led from one harmonious palette to the next. It would create a more pleasant and therapeutic environment.
You may have a point. I do want to make my office environment as pleasant and welcoming as possible. I suppose I just never considered color relationships to be all that important.
Not important? I feel faint. I could just... Oh, my dear Dr. Wolf, where in Equestria did you dredge up this battered old couch? I couldn't possibly faint on this.
Renity! That's not...
Much better. Oh, I feel faint.
Of course.
Well, it's not the first time my office decor has received criticism. I suppose I should swallow my pride and seek some advice in this area.
I would be more than delighted to lend you my expertise, Doctor. Please forgive my candor, though. I understand how hard it is to receive criticism.
Oh? Is that an invitation for a discussion?
I suppose it is. Honestly, I'm not quite sure where to start. My fashion design business has been doing wonderfully. I've been so very busy, and that is an accomplishment, mind you, considering how competitive the industry is. But lately, I've just been feeling like I've somehow forgotten why I'm doing what I do. I take on so many projects trying to meet the demands of so many ponies to the point where I feel as though I'm spinning out of control. Oh, I'm able to hold my composure, to be sure, but I come through it and wonder why I'm spending so much of my energy.
I see. I would guess that your customers compensate you well for your services and love the work that you do, correct?
Oh, yes, of course. The bits aren't even the important thing, really. Most of the time, it's enough just to see the delight on their faces when I show them the ensemble I created for them. But there are also times when they don't like what I've done, or they just aren't as happy with it as I expected, when I put the same amount of care and effort as for any other project.
I'm sure that must be difficult when you pour so much of yourself into your craft.
Yes. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, all the effort I put in ends up feeling like a tragic waste. I know it sounds silly. You can't please everyone. Criticism is part of the job, but I simply can't help but feel devastated whenever my work is not well received. Even the smallest criticism strikes me as if it were a personal failure, and then I end up pushing myself to the point of burnout trying to make up for it.
Interesting. Can you describe a specific occasion when this happened?
Yes. This was some time ago, but it's one of the best examples. My dearest friends and I were ecstatic about attending the Grand Galloping Gala. It all started with Twilight. The poor dear. She was going to wear this horridly dated old frock to the gala. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable.
I know, but it's true. She may be a princess now, but she was in desperate need of refinement in those days. I was only too happy to help, of course. Anyway, I managed to convince her to let me design a glamorous new gown for her. But then it became clear that both Applejack and Rainbow Dash were also in need of my assistance. Before I knew it, I had volunteered to make gowns for all 5 of my best friends.
Quite generous of you. I'm sure it was a great deal of work.
Oh, it was. But then it was made worse when my friends kept coming back to me with criticisms and suggestions. Some more helpful than others, on how to create their gowns the way they envisioned them. I was so easily led on by each criticism that I worked my tail off trying to make them all happy.
And?
And the gowns were terrible. I still have nightmares about how garish and unbalanced they were. And to make matters even worse, hoity-toity, one of the biggest names in the fashion world chose that time to review my latest designs and saw those abominations. It was the worst possible thing.
But your business is doing well today, so you must have come through it in stride.
Yes, Yes, my friends supported me, apologized for interfering with my creative process, and I was able to present my new designs that worked much better. But that incident almost cost me my reputation with the Counterlot elite.
Miss Rarity, there is no question in my mind why you qualify as the element of generosity. You seem to be driven to give of yourself to please and help others through your creativity. And given that desire to please others, it is certainly understandable that you would feel overwhelmed by criticism at times. Might I ask if this issue is still as difficult for you when customers other than your friends are displeased with your creations?
Yes. Yes, it is. More recently, I was commissioned to create a traveling puppet theater for the Full and Philly Fair. It was a glorious, gilded creation. I had put a lot of work into it, and I was so proud to be leaving my creative mark on the fair. But my commissioner hated it. And the worst part is, it was too small. The stage was too small, the wheels were purely decorative, and it was just completely unusable, as he put it. I was entirely unprepared for the criticism, and it affected me deeply.
And how did you react?
Of course, ice cream.
Well, I was completely professional, naturally. But the point is that I was dying inside. I couldn't understand how I could have been so short-sighted.
From the sound of it, you were focusing on form over function?
Yes, I suppose that's what it comes down to. I've always believed that even the most practical things could do with some aesthetic appeal. Otherwise, the world would just be a drab and dull place.
I would tend to agree, but you took it too far in this case?
Yes, I took it too far. I completely forgot the point of the creation. I was foolish.
Miss Rarity, I don't think there is anything foolish about valuing aesthetics the way you do. Consider what you were saying when you first came in. You made some valid points about the design of my office and how I might better serve my patients if I were to improve it. Surely there is no need for me to take your comments personally, but I think I would be well advised to take your insights into consideration.
Oh, well, thank you, Doctor.
Perhaps what you need is a little more practice with someone who will both support and criticize your efforts, so that you may be better prepared for those unexpected moments with your customers. In fact, I believe that we may be able to help each other in this respect.
I'm all ears, Doctor. What are you suggesting?
I propose that if you're willing to lend your expertise on creating a more welcoming environment for my patients, we can, at the same time, talk about some of your more upsetting experiences while you are applying your craft. While you have your creativity flowing and are in a more positive state of mind, I can reintroduce some of those memories and discuss how you can better handle such criticism in the future. I believe that by doing that, you may be better able to think objectively about what you could have learned without giving into despair over your past mistakes. I would guess that you tend to feel your most driven, decisive, and, well, cheerful when you are allowed to let your creativity flow and bring beauty to your surroundings?
Well, yes. I call it being in the zone. I feel like things make more sense when I'm in that state of mind.
I believe it is critical that we don't ignore those situations where others have offered us legitimate criticism. Otherwise, how can we use them to grow? But many of us have great difficulty handling that criticism, especially when it has to do with something we feel very passionate about. Far too many ponies try to figure out how to solve their issues while they're still upset over the situation. However, we tend to think more objectively about our circumstances and what we can learn from them when we are in a more positive and uplifting mood. We can do this by involving ourselves in activities that exhilarate and inspire us.
I suppose it's true that I can be a tad overzealous in my self-criticism during those unhappy moments. So, perhaps I could use the help and support to work things out while I'm in the zone. I think it's worth a try, Doctor.
Glad to hear it. I have an opening this time next week, if that would work for you.
Doctor, You aren't just looking for an excuse to have me come visit more often, are you? You sly canine.
I hadn't intended.
Oh, darling, honestly, there's no need to be so serious. I must say, though, red is a good look for you.
Wow.
Thank you very much for the chat. You've given me some things to think about. Good day for now. I very much look forward to our next visit.
Take care, Miss Rarity, and best of luck to you. It's good to be helping.
Okay.
Maybe this place could use more of an artist's touch.
What was that? What was that? I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Seriously. I cannot believe this. That oh, Dr. Wolf. Oh my. You sly canine. That's a perfectly word. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Right, I'm getting tired, it seems. Well, that was quite interesting animation. I still like the animations. Still, that I cannot believe how well the animation actually looks like. That I cannot believe to once make my own animation. It's a part that I actually do when I want to make, when I started making drawings. I just thought about it, make them fun, drawings and all. But then sometimes you get criticism and yeah, it actually hits you very, very hard. It hits you so hard that it can shut you down for a while. That happens multiple times with me. And now I'm trying to do everything I can to make these videos, these reactions, these gameplays, and overall art streams and art. Unfortunately, I made an announcement message on Twitter that I was planning on doing an art stream first and then going to follow with a game stream. But unfortunately, when I look at the time, it was already over 9 p.m. and I was like, I still have to make a reaction video first, and then I have to get an art, then after that I have to get an art stream that at least takes 2 hours, and then a gaming stream. Then I was like, it's going to take way too much time than I anticipate, because on Sunday there is going to be a party downstairs for my mother, for birthday, so that's the day that I actually can't do much. So I'm gonna have to do it with this evening, and then tomorrow all day and the evening. Also, I'm gonna have to say some other stuff, that what you see most of this right now, it's going to be changed in the future. All those heads up there are going to be removed to another place, and that place is also going to be removed to another direction, because it's actually a little bit interesting to make it better. Also, I'm planning on making this desktop, my bureau and everything that I have here, that's also going to be changing, since I have too much items in here, and I like to do a little bit of a cleanup, because I have too many items, and half of those items should have been somewhere else. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a lot of changes tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. Also, some stuff are also going to be changing over there. Some on the other side of this room is also going to be changed and moving and everything. So I'm gonna have a lot of changing, because I want to make my room a little bit more, well, less of a nightmare and more like a home sweet home kind of vibe. Because I have way too much weapons. Well, actually, they're not real weapons. Most of them are just fake. Some of them are just self-made, but I do have real weapons around here, but they're not for the eyes. They're not open for the eyes. But overall, let's stop about talking about my room, of the changing my room. Also other things. Also, the other thing that I wanna say, don't know, shall I say it now or shall I wait until I have everything? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the next when I'm able to. When I have everything. But about the videos, you guys are so well perfect done that I cannot wait how good these animations are. That Dr. Wolf, if you see this, if you see this video, please, if there is one time we can work on a moment with Dr. Wolf together, that will be an awesome experience for me, since it's also going to be a very interesting way for me to talk in a little bit different on some stuff. Also, I want to apologize that I don't have my Light and Bliss on here because she is now actually hanging on there on my screen. And she's laying there. And she stays there. Because she has plans for me that I don't want to. Sorry, I just actually got a pizza. And it's still a little bit going. But overall, video was great. You guys are awesome. This is Wolfie Star. Stay safe, wear a mask, and keep on dreaming. This is Wolfie Star, signing out. Later, guys.